about being positive. And this is about this, the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. It has 26 different quilt blocks. And this week it's positive. So obviously our quilt block is a positive plus sign. And we're taking traditional quilt blocks and we're putting them together, arranged in a modern quilted way or quilting method, and the way that we're arranging these quilt blocks. And so I can't wait to start with this with you. We are also working on the foundation paper piecing method, where we have made the quilt, the Live Well, Live Strong quilt, tiny. So for those of you that want to do the tiny version, it's all included with the pattern, the traditional classic, the negative space version that comes in twin, queen, king, etc. But right now I'm going to go ahead and do a tutorial on how to make the positive quilt block, and that's what we're working on today. And we're going to do the regular size. A little bit later this week we will do the foundation paper piece size. So so far we have made, hi Laura, it's good to see you. We have made the leisure quilt block, which is like a pinwheel. We have made the mindful quilt block, which is an hourglass quilt block. And we have made our classic fuel quilt block, which is just a very basic half square triangle. Hi Laura from Michigan, and I am Deanna in Salt Lake City, Utah. Hi Liz, it's so good to see you guys. So these are the things that we've got. Oh, let me go ahead and activate so that if you guys want any information on how to get anything. Oh, I need to change this post. Just one moment. I've got to activate things at sometimes right after I go live. So let me go ahead and put that and save it. Okay, it's all saved. So if you guys would like to get a copy of the pattern and know where to purchase that, you can just say, send me the information. I'd like the pattern. I also have updated the worksheets. So the positive worksheets are right back here, and we are going to talk about being positive today. And I think that this is a great topic for this week and for just ever in life. So at the end of this tutorial, I'm going to talk about being positive and how we can enrich our lives by being positive. If you want to download the worksheets, say, I want to download the worksheets, and you will get a link on Facebook, or you can look in the YouTube description. So be sure to subscribe and to like, because that just helps you guys get the information that you want each week. Okay, so let's get back to what we are doing. So I wanted to show you what I do is I've taken this pattern right here, and I've shown you guys how I organize it in my binder, but I want to show you what else I do. These are the instructions for the positive quilt block right here. So I actually slip everything in there that of my cutting paper that I've already cut out the pattern. So let me go ahead and pull that. Today I'm actually going to sew this in black and white. I do have it cut with the classic version, which is the red and the aquamarine blender. So this is a blender shade fabric. It's just got a slight shade to it, and the red is a solid fabric. So if you're curious, I also put my little foundation paper piecing in this sleeve, the sheet protector. I put my foundation paper piecing and my fabrics to get ready for my foundation paper piecing version of it. So, but I want to show you guys something, and you're not going to be able to see it on this video. Where do I have? It's right over there. Okay, well, I made the Live Well, Live Strong quilt in negative space, which is just like this one right here, in just black and white, and it is so gorgeous. But there were a couple blocks in there, I think there were 12, that were accidentally sewn. We cut cloud fabric instead of pure white. And I know you can't really see much of a difference right there, but I'm going to re-sew this positive quilt block with white because, oh my gosh, I think that version is one of my favorite versions ever. So it's just a pure black and white version. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And remember, we've been piecing all of our little foundation paper piecing throughout the week too. So I showed you those other quilt blocks. So I'm going to sew my positive quilt block just so you guys can see how to arrange this in a different colorway, or however you want to do it. Because let me tell you, some of you guys have come up with the most amazing colorways, and this black and white is just so absolutely beautiful. So hi Josephine, it's good to see you guys. So be sure in the comments to ask for the worksheets, ask for so that you can download the worksheets for this, or where you can find the pattern or the course. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch to my overhead camera so you guys can see my cutting mat, and I will arrange how this quilt block is to be laid out. So here we have the quilt block. This is what it looks like actually constructed. And I had a great experience of being positive today in my life. So we're going to just put it together like this. And let me tell you, it really made a difference. So as I'm stitching together, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. So I'm doing mine in black and white. And I want to actually put all of my Live Well, Live Strong quilts in a quilt show. So that is why I'm changing this from this cloud creamy shade. I know you really can't tell, but when you're out in bright light, you can really tell. Back to this white. I'm still going to use these other ones because I can't resist. Okay, so this is a very easy quilt block to stitch together. I have this laid out, so it's really good. They're in the pattern. There's a thing where you can lay out your quilt block, and there's a template for you to use visually. And so I'm going to just put these right sides together, and I'm going to explain to you something that happened to me just today. I had two different circumstances where I chose to react to something in a positive way. So what happened is my computer last Friday, my live I had to do on my iPhone, and I was really frustrated because this is a really expensive computer that I have. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually qualified for stars. So if anybody wants to ever send me a star or anything like that, it helps me so that then I can, pay for really good equipment and stuff. And I really pay for very good equipment. Okay, I'm going to press this, and we're going to sew these together just a little bit more, but maybe I'll press it in just a moment. So I was really kind of frustrated with myself that this computer was not functioning right. Well, I woke up really early this morning, and I had this expectation that this computer, which is now about 1.5 years old, so things change with time, that this should not happen to me. And, expensive things that we own do require maintenance, and they do require you to take care of them. And so I said to myself, wow, my expectation that this computer should not break or have any issues is really impairing my impact to wake up in a positive mode. So I was sitting here kind of being a negative Nancy and saying to myself, hey, I'm just frustrated that I have to go about, fixing this computer, and it's going to take me a while. And then I said to myself, no, anything that's of value needs regular maintenance. And I need to have a positive attitude about this. And I sat myself down with my laptop computer next to this big CPU. I looked up different tutorials on how to, maintain your computers and fix an issue. I watched the tutorials, and you know what? I fixed it. And by changing my attitude, I fixed the computer and my expectation. I fixed the computer, and I felt better about myself, and I didn't feel as frustrated. Okay, you can see I put those 3 blocks together, these 3 blocks together, and the line. So sometimes our expectations get tangled up in how we think and how we process things. So check your expectations sometimes when you are having a difficult time being positive. Check and see if your expectations are maybe a little unrealistic. I was also frustrated with Luke. He had not taken his medication yesterday morning, which is something I should be supervising anyways. But it's a lot of work. And this morning he woke up just so angry and frustrated, and he was yelling at me and things like that. And finally, you know what? I switched my expectation and said, you know what? This young man, he is struggling, he forgot his medication, and instead of kind of yelling back to him or saying something snippy like, well, you shouldn't have forgot your medicine and things like that, I chose to give him a hug instead of, kind of chastising him or rebuking him. And I gave him a hug and I said, Luke, I'm really sorry that you forgot your medicine. I know you're frustrated. And, but this thing that you're wanting me to do, whatever. And I just gave him a hug. I didn't talk about what he was kind of what he wanted to not go to work. And, anyways, but you know what? His disposition softened by me just giving him a hug. I just quietly hugged him. And then his spirit softened by me being positive with him. Okay, you guys, do you see how easy that was to put together? What an easy quilt block. And now this is white. And this one is cloud. And it's really hard to see the difference unless you go outside. But it's very obvious when you go outside. The fabric is just ever so slightly different. So, but now I have my corrected block. And sometimes we need to have an expectation that we do make mistakes or things break or things happen. So you have your worksheets that you can download. And yes, we just have to have good expectations. Like, for example, I got divorced many years ago. And when I got divorced, there's no guarantee. I said to myself, hey, there's no guarantee that life is perfect and that whatever someone promised to me should happen. And when I changed my expectations about it, I went about and said, you know what? I am going to be strong and courageous, and I'm going to take care of my kids, and I have what I need to start a new life. And I went and I positively embarked on that. And you know what? That was when I opened up my quilt store back in 2002. And what a great experience that was. And look at the fullness that has brought. But just remember, if you've got negative things, it's going on, it's garbage in, garbage out, right? Garbage in, garbage out. So we want to keep things negative. If you were in a hotel room that was really nasty, would you maybe call the hotel and say, hey, I need to check out of here and get a different room? If you've got a mind that's holding on to negative things and negative thoughts, check out of that mindset and check yourself more into a positive mindset and a positive environment. Having that positive nature, it can be hard to cultivate, but it gives you more energy. It gives you so many benefits in your lives. You can carry that positive energy into other people's lives, like how I did with Luke this morning. So you guys, being positive and embracing the aspect of positive in our life can improve our lives with our health and our wellness. And it can definitely help us out. So be sure to download the worksheets and be sure to, and just send me the worksheets in the comments. And then it will send you a comment where you can go ahead and get that. If you're on YouTube, go to the links that are described in the YouTube video link. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, pick up your Live Well, Live Strong pattern. And if you want to, you can also sign up for the course. There's lots of extra bonuses in there. But this is our positive quilt block for this week. I will come back later this week on Wednesday, and we will go ahead and I will go over the instructions of how you do your positive quilt block with foundation paper piecing. So you can see the paper on the back of this and how you go about doing that. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday at noon, and I can't wait to hear about you guys, how you guys are doing. Be sure to let me know about how positive impacts your lives. Message me, email me, text message me. Let me know about how you feel and about how you think that this can impact you. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. It is so good to see you, and I hope that this week you can embrace a little bit more positive in your life, and let me know how that works for you. Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.